In the world of sales, you may hear the phrase, the be-back bus has a one-way ticket. So what does that mean, and how does that affect you, even if you're good at sales? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales, a perfect day to talk about you, and a perfect day to talk about objections. So, the be-back bus has a one-way ticket is a variation of be-backs won't be back. Which means that if you sit down with a buyer or a buyer comes to you and for whatever reason, for whatever objection or whatever stall they give you and they say, we're coming back, we're talking to other people, we're getting other bids, chances are pretty good they're not coming back in the mind of most salespeople. So here's what happens. Most salespeople get the objection, I want to talk to other people, I'm getting other bids, right now's not a good time. So what salespeople do, they're like, all right, peace out, Girl Scout, I'm gone. I'm not ever calling this buyer again. I'm not ever following up with this buyer again because be-backs won't be back and be-backs have a one-way ticket, okay? So there's really two ways for you to think about this. And the second way is very beneficial to you because as you take a look at it, most salespeople are very lazy. I'm not talking about you. You're watching a video on how to get better. And this is why, for you, you got to have a process of whatever you do. They will tell you in the world of sales, the fortune is in the follow-up, and that's over here, right? The fortune's in the follow-up, the fortune's in the follow-up. And then over here, you hear people say, the be-back bus won't be back, it's got a one-way ticket. So who's right and who's wrong? Well, I'm gonna tell you that it's kind of a 50-50. If you're not figuring out what the real objection is with the buyer and finding out why they're giving you a stall and why there's a problem somewhere early on in the process, that could be on you. It could also be that the buyer is lying to you because occasionally buyers do lie to you. So you do need to have a process. You do need to have something going on. And there's multiple ways to deal with this. I'm going to give you a few. You could probably add to them. You could probably make some variations to help with this process to say that be-backs won't be back. Figure out a way to make the sell happen. Figure out a way to close the deal, okay? And so you've got a couple of options here. You can call the person. You can say, hey, when would you like me to follow up? In whatever way you say it, there's multiple ways to say it. You could say, it's all right if I text you. That's another way. You could send a thank you card, which I 100% endorse and say you should send a thank you card for everybody you meet with, even if you don't close the deal. It's a couple minutes out of your life that most salespeople will never do. It gives you some distinguishment, okay? You could send an email. You could send a fax. I mean, there's multiple ways to do this. You may even have a company that does this for you. But the trick here is to not believe that be-backs won't be back and there's a one-way ticket on the be-back bus. It's going to take some time, some work, some effort, some energy, but once again, what you need to know is most salespeople create their own sales sabotage and they're inherently lazy and they don't have a game plan. Right? Mike Tyson always says, hey, everybody's got a game plan until they get punched in the face. Well, most salespeople don't even have a game plan when they get punched. They have nothing going on. But you do now, okay? So you got one thing to do from here, just one thing. Find the subscribe button and click on it every time I send out a video. You'll get an update that says Scott Bell Consultant, send out another fantastic video. You should check it out, which you should. We'll see you soon. Aloha.